Here are 10 safety tips to review and apply in your real estate office and practice. Safety tip number 1, know who you are dealing with when you have new clients or customers. Verify their identity. Meet them at your office or virtually through a video call. This provides a safe, neutral first meeting which may discourage an assailant. Capture their picture, request a copy of their photo identification, note their car description and/or license plate number, conduct an internet social media search. If you suspect their identity is fraudulent, consider calling references, their place of employment, and verifying their current address. If meeting at the property, email or text the above information to a trusted contact. At a minimum, let them know with whom you are meeting, where, and when. Safety tip number 2, keep a cell phone on your person at all times. 911, emergency road service, your office, your family members, and anyone else who can help should be programmed as a contact in your phone. Keep your cell phone fully charged and have a battery reserve. Keep a cell phone charger in your car for emergency situations. Share your phone GPS location with a trusted contact. If you have an emergency situation and call 911, stay on the line and do not hang up even if you can't talk. Safety tip number 3, conduct a safe open house. Don't advertise a listing as vacant. Establish escape routes from each level of the house. Keep your keys and cell phone with you. Park where you can get out quickly. Never conduct an open house alone, especially at a multi-level property. Arrive early and survey exits to establish escape routes from each level. Depending upon the location of the property, make sure all deadbolt locks are unlocked to facilitate a faster escape. Position your workstation at the most visible point for viewing arriving guests. Double-check the backyard to make sure you can get past the fence if necessary. When leaving the property, secure the house and check all windows and doors. Provide an electronic registration sheet on a tablet and transmit it each time someone registers. Consider using a webcam to record prospects' images as they enter the house. Avoid audio without talking first to an attorney about how and when audio recordings are permissible. At a minimum, have a paper registration and a pen. Avoid attics, basements, and getting trapped in small rooms. Always let prospective clients lead the way into rooms while you stay close to the door. Make sellers aware of the safety risks associated with open houses. Remind sellers to put valuables and prescription drugs in a safe, secure place. Do not leave your briefcase, purse, or laptop, tablet, or mobile device sitting on the counter. Never conduct an open house alone, especially in a multi-level house where observing guests is even more difficult. Always enlist the help of a teammate, lender, builder, spouse, assistant, friend, etc. Thieves often work in teams. While one is keeping you occupied, the other is stealing whatever they can. Be aware of suspicious behavior and your surroundings. Safety tip number 4, have a distress code. Have a pre-arranged distress signal for showings, open houses, and other meetings with prospects. I'm at the Jones house at address and I need to reschedule the Callahan meeting. Come up with a phrase or keyword to let the person answering your call know you are in distress. You may be in a situation where you think you might need help. You can use the phone, but the person you are with can overhear the conversation, and you do not want to alert them. This is where a pre-arranged distress code can help. For example, you are in your car with a prospective client who is beginning to make you nervous. For one reason or another, you feel uneasy about the person. You do not want to be in an empty house with them. Call, email, or text your trusted contact and tell them where you are going. Give them the pre-arranged distress code, alerting them to have someone meet you at the site so you will not be alone. You can make up your own distress code, one that would sound reasonable to a prospective client. However, it may be advisable to have a single distress code that is used by the entire office. The distress code should be used if you are uneasy, but do not feel you are in danger. If you are in immediate danger, do not hesitate to call 911. Authorities agree that most rapists and thieves are looking for easy targets. Be assertive and leave a dangerous situation early, but have a distress code for times you feel uneasy. Share and practice your distress code with your office, colleagues, family, and friends. This helped a Charlotte broker who made arrangements to tour homes with a buyer. On the day of his appointment, the buyer assaulted the broker at knife point in one home and then threatened to kill her if she didn't take him to a second home where he assaulted her again. As she made the appointment to view the second home, the broker used a preset code word as a distress signal. The attacker was caught and charged. Safety tip number 5. Don't make marketing too personal. Your marketing materials should be polished and professional. Limit the amount of personal information you share. Use your office address rather than your home address. Be especially careful of what you post on social media websites. Remember that once you post online, that post tends to stay online. Consider with each post whether it's something you are comfortable with the world seeing for the indefinite future. Keep your personal life and your professional life separate. Be careful how much personal information you give verbally as well. Getting to know your client does not need to include personal information about your children or where or with whom you live. Be guarded with your personal information, or you may put yourself and your family's safety at risk. Your marketing practices can jeopardize your safety. Safety tip number 6, dress for safety. Don't wear expensive or excessive jewelry, which could make you a target. Dress for the weather. In the winter, bring a coat with you and keep a blanket in the trunk of your car. Only carry the cash or credit cards you need. Be mindful of your body language. People who appear distracted may be more likely to be a target. Don't wear shoes that hamper your ability to move quickly if necessary. Safety tip number 7. Danger is not always easy to identify. These are signals that something isn't right. Gut feelings, hesitation, unexplained fear, apprehension. Safety experts agree that it is best to assume that your instincts are right and to take the necessary precautions. Do not be so anxious for a transaction that you ignore your own intuition in the heat of the moment. Safety tip number 8, practice vehicle safety. Always have your keys with you. Keep your doors locked at all times. Be observant when approaching your vehicle, looking underneath and in the back seat before you get in. Park in a well-lit area. Don't get blocked in. Beware of dead-end streets. Keep your vehicle in good running condition. Make sure you have tools, blankets, flares, first aid kit, and warm clothes in the vehicle. Use separate vehicles whenever possible. If you must take one vehicle, you drive. Be alert to your surroundings. If you are in an unfamiliar area, make mental notes of landmarks, points of interest, and intersections. Never attempt to take notes while driving. Safety tip number 9. Let them lead the way. Be aware of possible escape routes. Leave doors open. If you are absolutely comfortable with the person to whom you are showing property, but uncomfortable with the neighborhood where it is located, you may want to consider locking the door behind you to prevent someone else from entering it while you are there. Be wary in attics and basements. Walk behind your clients. You can flee more easily if you get a bad feeling about the situation. Safety tip number 10, fight or flight. Yell fire to get attention. Select a response that fits the situation. Run and call 911 when you can. Take a self-defense training course. If you strike, mean it. It's not pleasant to think about, but even the most safety-conscious real estate professionals might find themselves in a dangerous situation. If this happens, remember that the primary goal in any incident is to escape from the danger and call for help. Try to find a discreet way of removing yourself from the situation, such as saying you need to step outside to make a phone call and then not going back inside. If an attack does occur, trust yourself and stay as calm as possible. Think rationally and evaluate your options. There is no one right way to respond to a confrontation, because each situation is different. The response depends on the circumstances, location of the attack, your personal resources, the characteristics of the assailant, and the presence of weapons. There are many strategies that are effective, but you must rely on your own judgment to choose the best one. Possible responses to an attack. Flight. Immediately try to distance yourself from the situation. This is the preferred response. Once you are safely away, you can reevaluate the situation and contact the authorities. Passive resistance. Appear to cooperate with your attacker until such time as you can change the situation. If it is a matter of just giving up your property, do it. Your life is worth more than a possession. If the attacker has a weapon, you may need to cooperate until you can make a plan for a different response. Keep talking to the attacker, refer to yourself by name, and make it personal. It is much harder for an attacker to hurt someone they see as a real person. If the opportunity to escape arises, take it. Verbal assertiveness. If someone is coming towards you, hold out your hands in front of you and yell, "Stop" or "Stay back." Several criminals interviewed said they'd leave a woman alone if she yelled or showed that she was not afraid to fight back. Fight! Escape, if possible, should always be your first priority. However, in some situations, you may need to fight your way into a position to escape. Remember that there is no such thing as a fair fight. Use whatever weapon is available to you: ink pen, car keys, pepper spray, etc. If you fight your attacker, try to hit vulnerable areas such as the eyes, nose, face, shins, feet, or groin. These areas are more likely to cause distracting pain to the attacker, which could allow you to escape. No matter which response you choose, be decisive and act accordingly to your situation. No two situations are alike, nor should they be treated as such. Make an effort to get an accurate description of your attacker. Even the smallest details may give authorities a clue to finding the suspect. Self-defense training is good for maintaining physical fitness and gives you the skills you may need to overcome a situation that goes bad quickly. In addition to the various disciplines of privately offered self-defense training that may be available in your community, many police departments offer courses at little or no charge.